Hello, I'm going to be talking about Module 12, Instructional Technology. When I decided to look at the options in the instructional hardware for my classroom, I really liked the smart board, but it's kind of expensive, so I ended up going with a smart TV instead. This is it's a rather large TV, but it's the LG QNED 85 series 86-inch class QNED mini LED smart TV. It was at about $1,000, $1,100, and I bought it from Amazon. There was a way to you could stand it up in your classroom on something, or you're able to mount it on the wall. I find these rather helpful when showing a lot of different types of material for your lesson plans, and it's an easy way to kind of interact with your classroom. So I like it, and it's a little bit cheaper than the smart boards, which most classrooms already have smart boards anyway. So this was a good way to find something new. I also chose the Echo Dot, which I think is kind of something that I don't think a lot of people would think about doing, but I have done some student teaching in the past with when they had Google Classrooms where they were able to just ask to play music or see what the weather was in order to go outside. And it just makes things really easy because it's hands free and you can use it while you're teaching, and it's extremely cheap. I mean, it's under $100. Like if you want to get the best one, it's about $100. And then the one I chose is the all new Echo Dot 5th generation 2022 release with a bigger, vibrant sound and helpful routines with Alexa. And it's in deep sea blue and it's $49. And it has Spotify, Bluetooth, Pandora music. And I honestly just genuinely think that it'd be nice to have because you can also set timers on there. So if you need to have someone move on for the next activity, then their timers can go off. So that is what I chose. I do think that the TV was nice because it has a lot of different Bluetooth. It's like it uses a lot of Bluetooth. You're able to. It has a lot of color consistency in it. What is what it says? It's like really bright, vibrant. So it's a very good picture. Wi-Fi, USB, HDMI. It can connect to pretty much anything. So it's a good purchase, I believe, for a classroom. Talking about the experience I have had with technology while teaching or experience while being in a classroom. I personally have not taught in a classroom that uses technology. I work at a preschool that is a Montessori. We don't use technology at all there, so there's no technology being used. Now, unless I do use an iPad to document things from the students, but it's nothing interactive with the students. The experience I've had within my own experience with my own classroom, like high school and elementary and middle school. Elementary, there was whiteboards and books. We didn't have any types of technology. Middle school, we got into using computers like laptops and computers that were plugged into the wall, but nothing really else. We still use whiteboards. And then when I went to high school, smart boards came out for sophomore year of high school, and it made things a lot more interactive. They also started to use projectors a lot more often in order to trace things. Some classes used the projector, some didn't, but every classroom had a smart board. Every classroom had this giant, almost like a charging station for laptops. And then we also had computers downstairs in the library we were able to use. Google Classroom still was not a thing, and so it might have been introduced, but I don't think anyone used it. And so we would actually have the USB plugins to hold any of our the hardware to hold the memory of what we were working on that day. But most of my school pretty much tried to limit technology as much as possible. We still used books for all of our hand books, we could actually feel the books. for all of our assignments, and our homework was always paper and turned in person, not online. So it was not until senior year of high school where we had an online Canvas that was interactive, and we had iPads at the Blue Valley School District. But I moved, that was when I moved here in 2017. All right, my thoughts on clickers in the classroom is I don't really mind, we don't have really an opinion. I kind of think they're a waste of money personally. I think the benefits of them is if a child has anxiety issues, personally, then I think it's beneficial, but I also think that sometimes you need to work through that stuff, and the clickers kind of don't help with that. I also don't think that they're going to use them when they get home or anything like that, and they've never been used in my classrooms before, so I really don't have too much of an opinion on them. But, and then, like, for me, I feel like the interactive classrooms, I feel like the most interactive classroom you can have is a classroom without technology, personally. That might be kind of controversial, especially for an introduction to intro to technology class, but from kind of the experience from like my sophomore year of high school where technology was not used to my senior year where technology was used, it was a lot more interactive personally with less technology. And yeah, so I really enjoyed this lesson, and that's all. Thank you.